now we're going outside. You
You
are
are
going
with
on that.
Fatty.
No, Jazz, 1 second, please. Think about it, Jazz. If my money is done by October 5th, there's no more party anymore. There's no more movies anymore. There's no more the restaurants anymore. There's no more nothing. I know, I would say 80% of the women I know from 16 to 40, they might get their shit rocked by the third of the month, but they every week they have something to do because there's a man willing to say, baby, let's go there. I don't have money. I got you. Baby, let's go to a restaurant. I don't have money. I got you. Baby, like if you are going to be realistic, right? If you're going to be realistic, that's not a good advice because if that was the case, most women wouldn't date ever in their life. Most women marry, are broke when they're 16, are broke when they're 30, are broke when they're 50, and they die three paychecks away from being homeless. That's what most women, especially most women, do. So why are you giving this prescription?
Oh
One,
my God,
when you
Fatty.
know for a fact that most women will never date like that. Most women will
That is
never.
not for a fact. And here's the thing: if you got a problem with broke women dating up, then you need to holler at the patriarchy.
Shut up, bitch! Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, Jazz is making the rounds again, bro. First it was Anton Daniels' panel. Now it's your boy Fatty's panel. At least I think it is, but this actually ended up being on somebody else's channel. But I will leave the link in the description. So that way y'all can watch it, even though I doubt most of y'all will, at least in full anyway, because it's about a 5-hour live. But I was lucky enough to find a particular section where she's going back and forth with Angry Man. Shout out to Angry Man. And I tell you, bro, it's really getting to the point now where I think Jazz just likes arguing for the sake of arguing. I will say this: if it's true what they said about her having a man, I'm gonna pray for him because something tells me he can't be too masculine if he's dealing with a woman like her. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Because
I
y'all
don't.
built that system. Y'all built that system so women can rely on you. You
No, I
built
don't.
that system so women can rely on you financially. Men actually built the construct that women don't need anything but to be feminine and beautiful and cooperative. You don't care about her money, you don't care about her education. All she needs to do is be available to you to use her holes when you want to. So now you're sitting here saying it's giving bad advice. No, this is the way the men have set it up, right? But all I'm
Yes.
saying is not every woman does that. There are plenty of women out here. I know plenty of women right now, my age, that are married to men that make way less money than them, and they are fine. In
Oh, okay.
reality, this is not
Fair.
a thing. If these women are dating up, so what? The men don't care. And
Okay.
if you
Okay.
do care, wait, hold on, Fatty. And if you do care, if you got a problem with it, it's not bad advice. It is what it is. Because a man will, you hear it say it all the time. A man will go into Walmart and see a beautiful woman and pick her right on up. That's what men do. That's what men say they're okay with doing. But women, obviously, we are different, right? Y'all love to
Mhm.
say we're different, right? So,
Okay.
of course, as women, we are naturally drawn to security. So that's why, yeah, we may look for a man that has something going on with themselves if we
Mhm.
have something going on for ourselves, of
Fair.
course.
Okay.
So it's
Fair.
just like it's not a gotcha. It's just do what works best for you. If you are an established man and you don't
Mhm.
want to date a woman that doesn't have anything to lose, then don't date a woman that doesn't have anything to lose. Go find a woman that has something going on for herself. Don't
Okay.
go and get something out the gutter and then get mad. Something gutter happens in your life.
That's perfect. So, is the patriarchy fault? Is just want to clear it up to make sure the
Let's talk about what
patriarchy.
patriarchy is.
Okay, the patriarchy God like put these standards where woman's money didn't matter. So now women are following what the patriarchy wanted them to do. Is that fair to say, Jess? Is that fair? Just make sure
That
that
is
we're not.
exactly. I mean, y'all had it in law,
No,
but I
it's
mean,
fine.
it was by law
No,
that
it's
women
fine.
could only depend on men.
Okay,
So
it's fine.
yeah, we
And
had
so
to.
let me respond. Let me respond.
Before the movement happened for us to even have our own rights, it was by law that women, we couldn't go and get our own doctor's appointments without the permission of men. We couldn't sign our own documents. We couldn't get bank accounts. We couldn't do anything. So yeah,
Okay,
men established that initially for women to rely on y'all, and now it
that's
seems
fair.
y'all are
That's
That
fair.
upset
that's
that
not true.
One
that it's a
second,
little
nigga, man.
different.
Let me just say this and you got it. That's
That's not
fair.
true.
So if that's the case, the patriarchy wanted y'all virgins. The patriarchy
What?
wanted y'all back in the kitchen cooking. Well, the patriarchy wanted y'all to have one man all your life, to have 7 kids by that man, to shut the fuck up when I tell you to shut the fuck up, and to do those things. Why are women, every time there's something that is advantageous to women, they blame the patriarchy because they only do it because the
No, no,
patriarchy
no,
told it
no.
to do. No, I was talking. But now that the patriarchy wants you to close your legs and be a virgin before you get married, the patriarchy wants you to be a cooker and a cleaner and to shut the fuck up and be submissive and do all these things. Why don't you say, Jess, the patriarchy is making me be submissive, so I'm going to be submissive to my man? Why do you take all the good things and the privilege that come with the patriarchy, but when it comes to responsibilities, now you want to play modern woman? Are
Listen to
you?
what you.
Are
Let
no?
me
One
answer.
second. Are you? I have a question. If the patriarchy makes you, or if the patriarchy influence you to actually have these benefits, why doesn't the matriarchy influence women to close their legs, to cook, to clean, to not dress like sluts, to actually shut the fuck up? Like, why is the patriarchy so effective for one
Listen.
side and not the
Here's
other?
the.
Go ahead.
Essentially, the question that he's asking is the same question that all men ask when it comes to this patriarchy conversation. If women truly have an issue with the patriarchy, why is it that y'all are still holding on to the benefits of it, but trying to get rid of all the responsibilities that come with it on a woman's end? Because, like always, like I've said on this channel, women want the benefits of the patriarchy with none of the responsibilities. Point blank, period. It's the same reason why you see so many. These are the same women that claim that they have to, that we need to dismantle the patriarchy, are the same women that are still holding men to a traditional standard while not want to be traditional themselves. I guarantee you, any woman who says the patriarchy is a problem, those same women want to be taken care of under the guidance of what the patriarchy was for. Point blank, period, man. This is why I call women walking contradictions all the time on my channel, bro. And Jazz is a great example of that. Because you're not going to sit over here and tell me on one hand you're going to make this argument, but when you see her on this panel and other panels, hell, she even mentioned it during this rant. When women, we naturally look for men that are better than us and got something going on and yada yada yada. That falls under the patriarchy because you want a man to take care of you. That falls under the patriarchy. Ain't nobody forcing you to do that, especially nowadays. That's why I don't even understand why this is even a conversation still. Like, seriously. The only reason why it's still a conversation is because the women want the benefits of it without all the shit that they don't like.
Here's the problem with the patriarchy. The
Mm.
thing about it is, when it was established, you were forcing women. You didn't give women the choice to choose if they wanted to be under your rule,
It's
under
not
your
true.
leadership. So
It's
that
not
was the
true.
problem. Can I finish, sir?
That's
Thank
not
you.
I'll give you
true.
the
I was
microphone next time.
speaking. I was speaking. Thank you.
It's not true.
I understand, but if you could just hold tight, just hold on tight, because I'm
Go ahead,
talking.
just finish your point. It's
Thank
fine.
you. So as I was saying, that whole situation as it pertained to men and women, we were
Mm.
forced to be under your rule until we had to fight to get from under it. So you're saying that you had all these benefits because you dated men that took care of you, but it wasn't by our choice. So patriarchy can be fine if you're not taking away someone's autonomy to choose if they want to live under your rule. That's the issue with the patriarchal system, is that y'all like, well, if we're doing this, why aren't y'all virgins? Why aren't y'all submissive? Some women are. Some women do want to be submissive, but you are trying to remove the choice and say you need to do this because I'm a man. That's where it gets all fucked up. Y'all are taking the choice away from women, and then switching it and saying that's your way of protecting.
So you are admitting. So
you can't protect me and then say you can't protect me and then say you don't give a fuck about my autonomy.
I find that to be a very interesting take, considering men seem to have no choice when it comes to this matter because, like I said, y'all hold men in a traditional box. No matter how much women progress, no matter how much more rights y'all get, no matter how much more opportunities y'all get, no matter how much more money y'all make, y'all still hold men to this traditional standard. So I find that interesting that you're going to sit over here and say, y'all don't give it's women that want to do that, but y'all don't want to give them the choice. Hell, y'all don't want to give men a choice. Because if that was the case, the 50-50 conversation would be dead by now. But we know that ain't going nowhere anytime soon, right? Yeah, that falls under the patriarchy as well. So once again, if women truly wanted to dismantle the patriarchy, and if it was really a problem, the 50-50 conversation wouldn't rub y'all the wrong way so fucking much now, would it?
So you are admitting, Angry Man, you go right after me, I'll put you up. So you are admitting that the patriarchy doesn't make you do shit, right? Y'all are not. I just want to make sure that you're saying what you're saying. Like, you literally accuse the patriarchy of creating this system where a woman are taking
did men not establish that all women needed to do was be beautiful? They didn't need money. They didn't need an education. Did y'all not set that standard?
Hey, one second. Let me use the same logic that you use, right? Are we making Jazz 2025 is the patriarchy make woman use men for foodie dates, make woman go outside and make sure they take advantage of men, use them as a wallet, use them as a dildos with legs and arms. Like, is the patriarchy making? 1 second, let me finish. Is the patriarchy making woman cooking the worst in history?
It has nothing to do with patriarchy.
Jess. I made the commitment to myself. I won't interrupt y'all. Y'all need to let me motherfucking finish. Okay? Is the matriarchy making women be the worst cooks ever, the laziest woman on the planet? Is the matriarchy make sure that you come to a marriage, deny sex to your husband every time you don't get your way, the challenge is authority left and right? Like, is the matriarchy make you do that shit? Is the patriarchy that is making you do that?
Is the patriarchy making women bad cooks? Is that
yes?
I don't know. Yes. I don't know how it correlates. I don't know. Ask somebody else.
The point was this: if the patriarchy has all this power to make women do some bullshit, the patriarchy should have power to make you do what men want you to do. And what is happening is that y'all are traditional women. Every time you can take advantage of it, meaning being chivalrous, being having a leader, having a provider, having a man that can die for you, that take his jacket out of your back when it's cold, that do all these things. But when it comes to you being a traditional woman, we are not under the patriarchy. I'm a modern woman. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
What I'm saying is this: you still have women who want to live under a man's rule. Go find them. Every woman out here,
all women live under a man's
rule. Every woman is not modern out here.
All women live under a man's rule.
All these trial wives out here, y'all can't find one?
All women live under a man's rule. And you're delusional if you think you don't. Number one, the patriarchy was not set up to spite women. The reason why the patriarchy exists is because throughout history, you have been the weaker of the two sexes. And up until recently, you definitely needed men for everything. You would not have survived So the only reason the patriarchy or the rule of men even exists in the first place is because you were in a situation where if you did not have men to hunt the animals, men to fend off other tribes, to fend off wild animals, all of those different things, you wouldn't have survived all the way up until recently, all the way up until recent
Can
history.
you cite your sources on where you have the facts to show
It's
that?
called history. It's
Okay,
called
can you please
history.
cite the historical facts
It's
that
called
without
history.
being under a man's rule that
It's
women
called
wasn't somehow
history.
just
It's called history. And if I remember correctly,
recite
a
an actual
second ago,
source.
if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, a second ago, you asked me not to interrupt you.
I just asked you to cite your source, but you can continue.
You asked me to not interrupt you, right?
You're right, but
Okay,
make sure you
so
cite that
number
source.
one, what I'm citing is history. Even in
Of
this
what?
country,
Like from
even in this-
what part of history?
our history, human history.
Okay, but can you give me a specific historical site of where you're saying that the only reason patriarchy came is because women were so unable to take care of ourselves that we
What is
needed men to rule?
This woman really is that slow. You really are that fucking slow. Where? Okay. She really asked this question. She really asked this question. Does she not understand human history? The world that you're living in now wasn't always like this. It wasn't always civilized like this. There wasn't always buildings and shit everywhere. There wasn't always things in place to keep you safe. Men in particular putting those things in place to keep you safe. What the? For this woman to seem who she knows so much about what women didn't have in the past as far as history goes. She clearly doesn't know enough history to understand that men had to put these things in place because they are the stronger gender. And the funny part about it is she's gonna prove him right later on. Check this out. We just be patient.
Patriarchy. What is patriarchy?
Okay, well, patriarchy is generally understood as a social system in which men hold primary power
Okay,
and
stop right there.
dominate roles
Stop right there.
and
Stop right
dominate
there.
and
Wait,
dominate
stop right there.
roles.
Stop right there.
and
Stop
do-
right
Let
there.
me finish. Let me finish.
No, we're not
Let me-
gonna play. No, we're not playing feminism today.
This isn't feminism. This is the
what the basic.
definition.
No. We're not
Okay.
doing that. I'm asking you what the basic of patriarchy is. You
I'm
said the
giving it to
rule of
you.
men. You said
I'm
the
giving
rule,
it to
you.
you.
Said
Look
the
this
rule
up,
of
babe.
men.
Look it
You
up.
said the rule of men. So let's stop right there for a second.
I didn't say that. If
How
you will
did
let
men-
me,
How
I didn't say anything about rules. You're not listening. I never said anything about rules.
How did men come into the position of being the rulers?
Okay, so like I said, it's understood as a social system in which men hold primary power.
This is why y'all don't
and
run
dominate
shit. This is why y'all
roles
don't run
of
shit.
leadership.
This is why you
moral
don't run
you're
shit.
not
This is why
listening.
you'll
You're not
never
trying
run
to have
shit.
a
let me
dialogue.
This is
one
why
second.
you don't run shit. This
Let
is
me
why you'll
clarify.
never run
You need
shit.
to
Let
give
me
the
let me
question. He's
one
not
second,
letting
Jazz.
me
You don't run
finish.
shit.
Hey Jazz, let me clarify it,
This is why
friends.
you don't run
What
shit.
what the angry man is asking you
You're
is
more
that
concerned. You're more concerned.
I'm giving you the definition.
You're more
sir.
concerned with. You're more concerned with. I'm a woman and I'm not gonna let a man stop me from
No,
talking.
that's
You're
not.
more concerned with that than the actual conversation. What I'm saying
trying to give you what
saying to
patriarchy
you,
literally means.
what I'm saying
sir.
to you,
hey, one second.
what I'm
please.
saying to
Hey,
you,
Hey,
You don't
angry
want
man,
me to finish
angry
the
man, 1 second
actual-
too. Hey, 1 second, friends.
Weird.
this
Jazz.
is a ridiculous. This is
No,
ridiculous.
Jazz. Hey, angry man, 1 second.
You're asking
Jazz.
me to give you a
This is
definition. And you won't let me
ridiculous.
finish.
Hey. How did
Ridiculous.
men got that power? How did they get it?
Well, because I believe they got that power because they were the brawnier species.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Stupid son of a... I can't stand a dumb motherfucker, man.
You stupid.
So they felt that women wouldn't be able to defend themselves
Not
if they
felt.
were to
It's
control
not
them.
felt. It's not felt. There's
Because
no.
if that's the case, why
there's
not
no-
rule
there's
over
no-
men,
there's
other
no-
men?
There's no
If that's
feeling.
not the case, why
men
not
do,
rule over
men
other
do
men?
rule over other men. See, this is what I mean by you don't know
in the
what
same
you're
way that
talking
you rule
about.
over. If that was the
Men
case, then
do
why?
rule over other men.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Okay, but what I'm saying is, but men were able to have access and autonomy and were able to vote and have rights.
Not all of them.
Way before
Not
women
all of
did.
them. No,
No,
you
they
don't
Way
know
weren't.
what
before
you're
women
talking.
did, though,
No,
right?
stop. No. First of all, you don't know. See, this is what's funny about this. You're asking me to cite my sources. You don't even know history. All men were not able to vote. Back in the day,
Well, yeah,
only
because
men, only men,
historically, yeah.
only men
You
that
have
were
autonomy until the 13th Amendment.
only men that were landowners were able to vote. And all throughout history, there are so many instances where men, if they were not up to par as men, they didn't have the same rights as other men. This is where you get eunuchs and certain shit like that.
Okay, let me look that up real quick, because
You're
that's
bugging
so.
right now.
Hey, Jess,
That's because she's just arguing to argue, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I think, I'm gonna get a lot of controversy for saying this, and I know I've said it before, but dude, I think women like this need to get their ass whooped or dropped on their head a couple times, because you're not gonna sit over here and tell me that on one hand you're gonna disagree with him and say that, oh, nah, the patriarchy wasn't in place because we were the weaker sex, but then proceed to say, well, okay, and then they ask you, well, how did they get that power? And then you proceed to literally repeat what you disagreed with. Yeah, that's just a woman who's moving the goalposts to try to win an argument. Ain't making no sense whatsoever. Yeah, man, I came across a clip that I think perfectly explains why this is such a problem for women. Check this out.
Most women are the sum of the rules of patriarchy, and that's why a lot of men are struggling. Listen to the things that they're saying. Who gonna be the boys? Men used to go to war. Fellas, here's a very interesting social experiment. You should try it sometime. Ask about 5 women how they would feel about possibly dating a guy who was either bisexual or he was pansexual. I guarantee you will get their most uncut version of what they believe masculinity is and what it should look like. And that's the long and short of it. A lot of them talk a good game, but for the most part, the misogynist always wins. Or at the very least, the misogynist always finishes first. Think about all of these relationship conversations that keep popping up month after month. They are rooted in the foundation of patriarchy. The 50-50 conversation will never die, and I'm starting to think the same thing about the coffee date conversation. Romance is the biggest institutional vessel for patriarchy. I dare say it's where it begins and ends. Most of them want a version of patriarchy that doesn't hurt them. But the recoil of patriarchy always hurts the man. So if we're going to completely undo patriarchy, we're going to have to completely rethink how we do romance. And I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
In other words, he shares the exact same sentiments as me when it comes to this conversation. The patriarchy will never go anywhere because women love the benefits of it. Otherwise, like he said, and I said, the 50-50 conversation would have been over a long time ago. There wouldn't be all this provider talk online and so on and so forth. Gender roles, all those conversations would not be a thing unless women were uplifting the patriarchy, at least the parts that benefit them anyway, because we all know that's what it's really about. But let me know what you think about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's what the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.